ahead and get started. You guys have a chance to look at the minutes from June 28th?
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
I made a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Okay, we have a second?
Second, I'm sorry.
Phew, that was close.
It's been a whole week, so. But maybe the rest we should do it all.
Motion carries.
Get to that gavel stand.
I break the gavel probably.
Don't make me that hard.
All right, Tony?
All right. First item we have would be the payroll claims. Ending on 6/24/22 in the amount of $332,237.47. 332,237.47. Normal?
Very much normal.
Yeah, sounds normal. Make a motion to approve the payroll claims. Second.
Okay, motion carries.
And then the next thing I have is accounts payable claims, which were paid on July 6th. And when looking through that, it looked like highway, bridges, and some IT things were the biggest amounts in there that I saw. The regional sewer, and the regional sewer district. There was something else that we paid, I don't think what it was, but some of those kind of added it up to be a little higher than normal. Sewer district, the hospital, 62,000. Yeah, that was the other one. If you take just those three items there, you got $200,000 right there. Yep. Other than that, it's pretty normal. Yeah, that would be pretty normal.
Sheriff, what was the one for Paulding Towers Limited for E911? For $25,323.
That's our annual contract for rental.
For leasing, okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
They just took a long time to send us the bill, I think, forgot. So they usually break it up quarterly. They sent us a big chunk of it all at once.
Then you had something in here for a step saver or something.
Midwest Step Saver.
Midwest Step Save.
Oh, that's what I saw.
We got another E911 for 23/7.
That might be the contract for that, for Tower King.
Vertical Concepts, 23/7.
I'm sorry, for who?
Vertical Concepts.
That's also.
Yeah.
Think of Tower, right? But political concept doesn't sound familiar to me. Because usually it's Tower King.
Because one of them is Paulding Towers Limited and the other one is Vertical Concepts.
I have to check on the vertical concepts. I'll step out, make a phone call, and get back with you guys.
No.
Okay.
Do we want to approve those pending him coming back, or you want to wait with that?
We take those back.
All right. Okay.
What's that total? I didn't get the total.
487, 226, 79. And they're gonna wait until he makes that call to see what that is. You wanna go ahead and do the Allied Insurance weekly claim?
Yeah, sure. That'd be good.
Okay, the weekly Allied Insurance claims is in the amount of $65,894.01, and that is all medical. There was no stop loss.
Yeah.
65,894.01.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
What that is, one is under one name for the north and one is under the other name for the south. Both the contracts for the towers.
Gotcha.
But I just haven't heard that.
Is that annual, I wonder, or is that annual?
Yeah, they usually break them up throughout the year, but yes, it's an annual contract that we have. for the-
But I mean, this amount
Yes,
is for an annual.
yes.
Okay. Cool.
And they did go up a little bit from years past, because now we have the microwave equipment put on it for the secondary circuit. So it's the space we use, so there was an increase over last year. Well, maybe last year is when we got the increase. And then we have that price already set in a contract for the next 15 years. So we know what we're paying.
Very good.
I'll make a motion to accept.
Second. Okay, motion carries to approve the claims as presented for 7/6.
Nothing wants to be paid tomorrow. When they go in and commit them.
Okay.
And all that I have today.
All right. Thank you. Okay, Brad? Did you have anything?
Good morning. I don't have much either.
Good morning for the farm field there.
This is for Judy's thing from last week. I just want to make sure that
Halfway that she goes in the room with that.
I said, what do you think?
page I have marked there has a place for the, I want to make sure that they need to sign that. So the excavating gave us that bid last week, bridge scoured. And I didn't see anything stands out as wrong or anything. I'm having Mark look. So I was thinking there's a place maybe where you guys got to sign it, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
And other than that, business as usual. Of course, we did not start chip seal today. But anyhow, that's all right. Like we've all said, the rain's needed, so
Yeah.
we'll get to it when we get to it. Now at this point,
Very
I mean,
much
it's
so.
still early in the summer. So we got guys out mowing today until they get too much rain. So they're out mowing and checking all the trucks over, getting ready for chip seal. Out looking at roads too. If we get enough rain, you know, we're hoping maybe by the end of the week, we could actually grade the stone roads one more time before we get too busy, so.
Yeah, that'd be nice to get a little rain on before you
Yeah,
start grading.
yeah, it's been so dry up here this morning.
Yeah, this is the only bid we got, I thought.
Yeah, it is, yes.
Yeah, it's fine. Just need a way out of it.
I'll make a motion to go ahead and approve that contract and for Julie, it's $243,000, right?
For the bridge scour for all three bridges.
Second.
243.
Okay, motion carries.
Then did they need to sign that?
Yeah. Need to bring some pens over here. So usually have some. Yeah, listen.
Then the other thing, I guess, what we're just talking here before you guys, while you guys are signing that, you know, the 4-H fair is coming up, so, you know, the 4-H people are gearing up for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, working with us like they always have been.
Good.
Money's appropriated for this, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you ever find out with that trade? Because you had the one chassis available, but then you were talking about getting bed
Yeah.
from somewhere else.
No, we didn't have to then. That company ended up making the bed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it wasn't like we knew about it and all of a sudden the company we're dealing with said, yeah, your bed's, they made the bed. So we were fortunate there. Still really no set word on when the truck's coming, the Tandem Axle's coming, you know, but it's on its way supposedly. Yes, we have a bed, so once they get that, they should be able to put that thing together by this winter. So,
And
yeah,
then what do we do with our old trucks?
trade it in.
Okay,
Yeah, we're trading that one.
that's right, it did have a trade, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and you know, we've talked about this before, but that 1 ton, you guys gave us permission to, you know, and we'd have a rigmarole, only one company could do it and all that, and we still haven't heard nothing. Still no build date, and I think I might have told you a few weeks ago, they said at least it hasn't been canceled. So not being canceled is a good thing, but there's no build date, so.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're about in the same boat there. We don't have a clue. So. And that's all I got, unless you guys got questions about something or anything.
While I got, you both here, anything on 800 North as far as getting the additional easement appraisals?
Yeah, the appraisals are ordered, so we're sending a notice out to the one property owner that
Okay.
they're gonna be doing the appraisal. And then he's gonna send them a letter about the appraisal, so that's underway.
The owner is gonna send them a,
Well, no, we're gonna send, I got a letter going to the owner telling them, we've contacted them numerous times over the years, but we gotta let them know again, that we're just gonna be doing the appraisal. And so it's all bare ground, so it's not like we gotta get inside any structures.
okay. Well, I don't know how real estate appraisals go, but
Yeah, he's just gotta go out there and take a look at it and then do comps and write it up.
I wonder if the comps on ground like that are always behind a little bit like houses are. I mean, the way farm grounds go on that.
Yeah, it's, they look at comparable farm sales.
So they're pretty current.
Basically, don't they go around, look at so many around the area to take an average?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's recent. They stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that, I mean, will there be any action on that this year, you think, or that? I mean, like say if we get the appraisals and contact the landowner.
We'll send them an offer and then they have 30 days to accept or reject the offer. And then if they don't, then we gotta proceed with condemnation. And then there's a period of time, it's usually 60 days after we initiate that, then we get possession.
So you're already looking at least, 3 months?
Mm-hmm.
And that's after they get sent out, so.
So if that goes through, would there actually be any work started next year?
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly if, we could get it around and get it out for bid and all that. But yeah, if we can get all that going, get the,
Because I know at one time you had the money allocated, that's
yeah,
correct.
for all the projects we have in mind, we've got money allocated.
Okay,
I mean, so we've had money allocated for years on some of this stuff, but now like this year, we have upped what they're gonna cost. We made an adjustment to it because everything's gotten more expensive.
well, just like this appraisal, I mean, from the few years when this project was first approved till now, I can't imagine how that appraisal has changed,
Yeah.
so.
Yep. So yeah, that could be possible. I mean, and then, then we run into the other thing, of course, everybody's so busy right now
Yeah.
and we'll see.
Yeah.
Hope for the best.
All right, well, maybe that's a project that could looks for next year.
Oh, and another quick update since you brought that up, 700 South at the South Adams High School. We're meeting next Tuesday to look at the plans again, and hopefully they'll be okay with them, even though they've already seen them a couple times. This is a final, and then we're going Tuesday night. I'm going, not us, I'm gonna let you know.
Next
too.
Tuesday night.
Next Tuesday night, we're going to the school board meeting and hopefully give the final okay on that one too.
Okay,
And the thought, so, if they give the okay there, we get everything finalized, maybe next year too, but yeah, but anyhow, yeah, next Tuesday, I'm going to the school board again.
I need to call Tim Baker before that.
What's that?
I need to talk to Tim Baker before that and make sure he's got the easement.
Yeah, we're gonna blacktop it and then the city wants to help, they're gonna curb it then.
Buying property to stack logs on, how's that coming?
I haven't actually went any further with that yet. Cause we need to, wait, did I talk to, I can't remember if I talked to Bill or not. Yeah.
I had one farmer, he must have contacted an Amish about buying some ground or something.
Oh, really?
He's concerned about, if you stack logs there, when that water comes out, it's gonna put them right back into his field.
Well, and that's the thing, we wanna put them where they're not gonna flow back out. That's, yeah, that's the last thing we wanna do is put them and then have them cause problems again, cause then moving them 2 and 3
He's not
times.
happy with the whole situation, that's another,
Yeah,
I'll get with you.
okay, yeah, let me know,
Yeah, we will check it out.
yeah.
this may be a dumb question. Is that anything that coordinates like with the Maumee, or is it on the Wabash?
That's the Wabash.
Is there anything that coordinates with the Upper Wabash River?
Not really, I
Okay,
mean, they honestly don't have a lot of funding,
okay.
so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let me know.
Yeah,
If we had, there could be a turn lane, roads up, a turn lane of our.
Nice.
Just, it'll still be a 2-lane road.
Yeah,
It'll stay 2 lanes.
yeah, but it'll be,
Yeah,
but improved.
That's what I was telling you.
Yeah.
Is that going more east? It's pretty much running right through us, south and east. Should you even get any of that? Not yet, but they lose like they will. Yeah, I think they will. That one this morning was just turned the other way, just moved.
See, he doesn't ride the road down to Geneva.
Storm coming through there.
Storm's out there, right in front.
Yeah, it's gonna get there. It's our fault, the clock tower stops all the storm from going that far. Is that what it is?
So yeah, that's all I got, so. I mean, I'm Steve.
Thank you, thank you.
My kind of report, Brian.
It's already 80 degrees. Let's go with South Burns. Okay,
Radar show.
right.
What is the radar show?
It's going right through here.
Wow. It's going right along, there's a stationary front. It's going right along that heat wave. That's what they do there. It's got a couple of things, some.
Some updates, and I want to try to get a approval on an invoice here. First one is, the health clinic. That project's been started. The condenser got put on the roof Thursday morning.
How'd that go?
Good.
Good?
Crane company, did you get to put that in? We got Pickwa. Pickwa, that's who we hired.
He had a long enough
Yeah.
frame then.
I think he goes 60 feet. It's like 35, so that's who did it, that's who he hired to do it. So it started, I mean, it got started before. I know they were concerned about getting that thing started. Now with this weather, the goal was to get it done this week, but we'll just see what's going on with this.
Yeah.
Weather as far as what he's got going on.
As long as he doesn't have a big hole cut in him.
Yeah, he hadn't yet. Hopefully they should be set. I mean, it's been repainted, floors have been waxed, they got a UPS. It is hooked to the generator. They're getting this air conditioning, they got new refrigeration. So hopefully they're in good shape.
Yeah, really.
The only thing that won't be on that UP or the generator for the time being is this new air conditioner.
Oh,
But it will be,
eventually.
yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I think they should be pretty set there. Any questions about anything?
Nope.
The power room. The first phase that we submitted, Stefan agreed upon the scope of work we gave him. It's been completed. If you haven't seen it down there, I mean, all but the doors aren't wired up yet. But the doors are in, the ceiling's been removed in there. Inside, underneath the bleachers, that was kind of all the first phase. What is left to do, next phase, is the two doors coming from the hallway going into the room. And then there's some openings that need to be blocked in as far as doorways down there, some cavities, that's what's left. Other than some debris that is down in there, he still has to get out of there. But there's gonna be more of it, so that's what's left down there. Hydraulics for the openings. Had contact with the gentleman last week. He was on vacation. I think he's on vacation today, but I should have them in hand this week. Good. State approval, hopefully. So that's where we're at with the ground.
Well, hopefully, once he gets the drawings and
Yeah.
the beam specs, there won't be a beam that's just real hard to come by.
The optics, and get the doors ordered. Those are solid doors. Those are fireproof doors. And they may take a little bit longer to get in here, so just gotta keep it rolling. With that being said, in that first phase, I have an invoice here for SC Construction completing the contract that we had with him. And this would have been for labor, it's $9,600. And that would be paid out of Fund 1138, 34006 line item. 1138, 34006. Where I would pay it from.
What's the very first installment of that?
$9,600.
Even?
Yes.
Is that the first installment that we're paying? Or is that,
There was materials that were paid.
okay, that'll be the second.
This would complete that first contract.
But so did we come in, as quoted?
Yes.
Okay.
There was no extras or anything on that. I'm hoping the other one comes under. Just gotta get with it under.
This is even burn. Make a motion to approve that claim.
Second.
Okay. Motion carries.
Do you need a copy of that, Tony? Yep. Yeah, I do.
So once he gets the specs for the beach, then he should be able to start on phase 2 pretty.
Yes. Hopefully. I don't know where he is on his schedule. But he should be able to start on that, get the openings. And then get the doors.
And then once he gets that done, then Gene can come back in
Yes.
and start the electrical.
Yeah. Hopefully Gene will be back. I mean, he's been off because of some surgery he's had. But I think he's progressively getting closer to
Okay,
coming back.
good. So will we have separate quotes from, SC Construction and then Gene also to approve for phase 2?
Yes.
So will we have to do it the same way as far as materials advance? Probably.
Can, I mean, probably should. Hopefully we'll get that list.
Okay.
I know those doors are quite a bit more.
Yeah.
Just here's the one that needs to sign it. And time essence on this project too. I mean, IT, gotta get some things going on in there. So,
Yeah. So we'll probably have to have Wired come in.
I'm not sure what that is on that side of it. Mike's just gotten back.
Oh,
And I haven't had a chance to speak to
yeah,
him.
this is probably his first day back.
Yeah. Seen a little bit this morning, real brief conversation. So he is good.
Good. Okay, any other questions on that project? Any quotes on elevators?
The last company that I had mentioned to you that I hadn't been here to see it, supposed to meet with me today. I've not gotten any quotes back, but they told me it probably wouldn't be till after the 4th here. But two of the elevator companies were in, and the other company's supposed to be in this week. As soon as I get those, I will bring.
Yeah. Any word on additional compressors for the chillers or the chiller itself?
No, I contacted him and he was also on vacation as far as the compressors. I think the date's still holding, hopefully November for those chillers. I don't know. He kind of told me a story that didn't make it sound very promising on that, but I believe the high school, Belmont, has ordered a brand new chiller. It's supposed to be in June because they're out of school to be installed. they're not gonna get it until September. So hopefully it's not the case for us.
Well, kind of part of my fear is we'll get a line on those compressors and then we'll have to make a decision. Do we replace the compressors for the time being or do we wait?
Wait till then, I know it, Stan, I get it, I know.
Yeah.
But we knew,
Because like say if we replace the compressors and the guy says, oh, you're in good shape now, then it's not like we can cancel the chillers.
well, we knew what we did, we were just, I don't know what I wanna say, we were gambling on this anyway.
Yeah. So as far as using two out of the 4 compressors to run that second chiller, does that seem like it's?
I've not seen any hiccups on it yet. I mean, although the other one, that all 4 run, I mean, it's making a lot of noise.
Yeah.
But,
Office temperatures have been,
well, I think maybe too cold.
plenty
Plenty
cold.
I guess. Probably running heaters, I was.
All righty. Well, very good. Appreciate your work. Anything else for Rick? Okay. Thanks, guys. Ed, if you'd like to come on up.
Good morning, Norm.
Morning. What do you have?
Few updates. Our tax sale is off to a start here. A couple of weeks ago, I told you we had 60 parcels on tax sale. That has already been whittled down to 23, which are certified. And July 1st was the day that we certified that. 23 parcels are officially in the system now. So anybody that pays now, there's additional fees that they have to pay. I fully expect that 23 to be whittled down at least by half by our Monday, October 31st tax sale date. So everything's in the plan. There's a whole list of stuff that legally we have to do between my office, Tony's office, and SRI, who's our tax sale vendor. And they do a really good job with all that. That's why we hire them in the first place, because there's so much legalese with all this stuff. But we're in good shape. 23 officially on the list now. With that said, taxes for the spring collection, we're now at 98.6% in. And part of that is the courtesy letters that Kathy LaFountain upstairs has been sending out. We are not legally obligated to do this, but we do it. And just in the last 2 weeks, we've got an additional $25,000 of taxes in that most likely would not have got in until fall. And then they sometimes fall into the tax sale system and such too. So between the tax sale letters and delinquent tax letters, we're really doing good there. 98.6%, and we're at 16.22% for the fall already. So overall collection, 57.42%. I talked with Stan just this last week and for a few weeks. I'd like to move the envelope stuffing machine that we have in the office. We haven't used it now for 2 years, so we won't be using it if we move forward with the printer that we use down in New Albany for tax bills. I would like to move that. I've talked with Mary Berry. She uses it in her office, sends letters to the entire county once a year. And the extension office uses it throughout the year. They used it quite a bit for 4-H fair. That's fine. I feel that it should be under the control of Mary Berry just because the extension office is kind of Adams County.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not an office that's under your purview, I guess.
Yeah.
So I talked to Mary. She wants to move it up to the storage room upstairs. It'd be quieter and there's room up there and that's what she'd like to do. So if it's all right with you guys, Stan and I talked, but it's working now. Everything is fine. It's going to need some servicing.
Mary just needs to be aware that it's gonna have to be put in her budget for repairs in the future.
Yeah.
It's gonna be under her control. But for now, if we have a problem, we'll have to get it repaired, and we just have to talk about where the money's gonna come from at that point in time.
Yeah.
If Fred's got some that we can use, maybe she has some, we might have to combine things, because you're right, $500 is not gonna cover it.
When Tom Krokenberg was treasurer for me, the extension office was using it and it broke on them. And Tom had to get it serviced and Tom got it serviced back then and the extension office would not pay for any of it. And I don't want to get in the middle of all that. They use it every bit as much as anybody else did, but they didn't want to pay for any of it. So,
Well, that might be worth talking with Amy and see how she wants to handle that going forward.
Mary had said, when I went down and talked to her about it, she said, well, we could put it here or we could put it in the extension office. I'm just a little leery about that personally, but I mean, it's your guys' machine, so. So anyway, something to think about down the road. Okay.
Yeah.
Kim McDowell is coming back to work Monday, and I'll be happy to have her back in the office. We're going to ease her back into, it won't be full-time right away, but it'll be as she can handle it. Okay? Investments. I have had the chance, since I talked with you 2 weeks ago, to move some money around, and things are rolling. I've moved over $3,125,927 around to through some interest, basically. Moved quite a bit of it from one bank to another, and then I invested over $2,034,000 in a 2-year treasury bond through our broker out of New York. And so we got some really good interest rates. Originally quoted at 3.06, and then when it came back, 3.21 for one of them, 3.19%, and 3.32%. So some really, really good interest rates because we had the cash to be able to do it, to jump right into it. Not only that, but I was able to give them at a discount, and the discount, we bought $2,034,927 treasury bonds, and we got them for, we bought $2,200,000 of treasury bonds for $2,034,000. So that's a discount of $165,000 just because we had the cash to buy them. So not only did we get excellent rates and even more than he originally quoted, but we got them for a discount of $165,000. So the power of that cash being able to go right now, it really helps. So,
Plus we get paid interest quarterly, right?
interest quarterly all the way through. 2 of them are actually come due in 2025, and then the third one that pays the highest interest goes out to 2027. So that's as far out as I could go right now. But everything's looking good, things are looking good, and it's a whole lot better to be able to make some real interest rather than just what the banks were paying. But the other banks are coming out.
So is that interest money returned then to county general?
Yes, yes, yes. Which is good.
Yeah.
I like to look at all of the investments as the money we made, 20,000 here, 40,000 there. I look at that and I go, well, that's going to pay 2 people's salaries, and I try to tie it to people, not just the money, because I think that's important because, we're working to keep everybody working, and I think it's important that we have that train of thought on all the decisions that I make. So things are rolling well.
Very good.
I want to publicly thank Kathy LaFountain because we've been a little bit short-staffed. She's done a lot of work, and between she and I, we're keeping the doors open, and that's going good, and we're not super busy right now, so it's working. But it'll be nice to have Kim back to catch our breath a little bit.
Well, it sure, from looking in from the outside, it sure seems to me that she's been a cornerstone of that office for a long time.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, much
She lets you know that from time to time. But yeah, she's been here for, well, before Brad, she was here with,
She was here with Jim.
yeah.
Jim hired her.
So,
She came from the Bank of Geneva at that time.
yeah. So she knows it inside and out. Anything that comes up, she knows. She's teaching me as I go along.
Yeah.
I'll never, ever know as much as she does. And I'm fine with it.
The man who's in charge and the woman that knows what's going on.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, and do it, Joe. Thank you.
Oh, all right.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, Mark's not here. Shannon, did you have anything for us? Mark, did you have anything for us?
I was gonna check, Dan has asked a question. Did we pass an ordinance here a few weeks back about increasing the sheriff's sale fees?
Of course.
I don't remember that. I know we had one prepared. I don't think we did. I'll ask Brooke.
I could look under the ordinances though.
Yeah, no, I just wondered.
You mean like recently or?
I think it was, I thought we did that, but let me look.
You guys remember? Rex, you remember increasing the sheriff's sale fees recently? I don't remember.
I just sent it to you, what Mark put together. I just don't remember, because the legislature allowed you to increase fees, SRI, we only increase that starting July 1st. And so we can make our profit on it too, we have to increase our fees, so Mark put one together. If he can get it to you to approve it, then it'll go into effect, and then we won't lose any money on our sheriff's sales.
Okay,
Okay.
now let me ask.
Which your first sheriff's sale is scheduled for October, correct?
I honestly, I don't know, because like I said, SRI handles all that stuff for us now, so we're kind of out of the loop. I can check.
Is that what you were saying, Ed?
That is my tax sale. That's separate than the sheriff's.
Yeah.
Same people do it.
If they're good with this, print it out.
But I just want to get online or keep us in line to where,
Yeah. You want to
we
print
make
that
our
out?
say no matter what we get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it here. Let me
And I
take
think
a look at it.
Here, I can only print upstairs with.
These serve two different purposes, Stan. The tax sales to get, that I do is for back taxes. The sheriff's sale is for mortgage foreclosures.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
But like he said, they do an outstanding job.
Yes.
They handle all the advertising. They do it all. They post on their website. We have links on our website to tell people where to go. I mean, it's been nice.
And then the liability of doing all that is very important on the stuff they do.
Here's what we're ready for, 6.
We could never keep up with all the rules and regulations.
Yeah.
They're constantly changing.
If I need to run upstairs and grab it, I will. If you need to print up there, tell him.
I think Mark can print it here,
Okay.
once he looks at it.
Yeah, I can print it.
Because if you guys approve that, then why did I send a copy of that to them? That's all right, so they know they have it. I'm still sure it can.
Is yours in October too then, Dan? Same month?
No, we have them throughout the year.
Oh, we have different times.
Yeah,
Not just one, you have several.
correct. They try and do it when they have 3 or 5 or so at a time.
I didn't know that. Okay.
And they're starting to happen more now, because all the, what they call them, you couldn't foreclose before through the pandemic. Well, now,
Oh, that's open now.
all those safeguards are in there, so we're starting to get them.
The one with interest rates have affected that at all?
Shouldn't, not, well, it will eventually, but these are ones that were already in the system.
Yeah.
People run out their stimulus money.
No,
Their stimulus money.
oh, yeah.
So if they don't have any stimulus money coming in, they can't make their payment.
You start getting the letters and they find a way to make the payment.
Most of them.
Most of
You have a lot of tax payments that come in, like credit card.
yes, we had, homered about $800,000 right now, roughly. Our new credit card vendor's doing a good job.
I think when I started that, the first time was like $4,000.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's just gone up every year, hasn't it?
I want to make it convenient for everybody in there, you know, and especially the younger generation, they don't do cash, they don't do checks, they'll do a credit card, even though it costs them a little bit to do so. That's just,
Yeah.
they have no problem flipping it.
That would scare me a little bit, paying taxes with a credit card.
Look, it was kind of surprising because when I was looking at them, was how many professional people have used credit cards for the taxes. I remember there was one, the first one I saw was a doctor.
Yeah.
I don't know, why in the world would you, it was over $2,000, but why would a doctor use a credit card? Well, some of these guys got mileage. They use airline mileage, so it's like, well, it's cash, yeah, so, yeah.
They own the building, they lease to themselves, and they just work it out to the credit card fees, the lesser of what they can gain from it. And they'll use all those airline miles.
Do you charge to use a credit card?
We don't, but the credit card vendor does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Charges you.
No.
So these tax, whatever the tax amount. You can't go below the tax amount. So that fuel is charged by the credit card company.
By state statute, I have to get 100% of the taxes. So if they owe $100, I have to get $100. They will pay, if they use a credit card, 2.49%. So $102.49 if they do that. But I don't pay it, the taxpayer pays it for their convenience. Right. Or they can use a check or cash at the counter.
Do you guys take credit cards down there, Brad?
Nope, cash or check.
And you're right, it is funny, I mean, younger couples that don't even have a checking account.
But you got, is there any people that are doing it like voluntarily paying monthly?
They do that through the credit card vendor. We have a system.
Is that how you do it?
I could have done a private deal, and I just don't want to get involved with that because I found out through other counties that the people that do that, they never get out of it. And they're always behind and always behind. Well, I paid 90% of it, but now it's tax sale time. So
It's on the printer, I don't know why.
they have to sign up for the credit card vendor. And they do it, they set their own terms and everything keeps us out of it. And I just feel that's,
It's more on both sides. You want that out here to the office, so you can sign it. It doesn't.
and I don't know how many people are.
You didn't print this, right?
Sometimes I print to that.
The other thing we can do next is people do an e-check, and you know what that's all about. So on their debit card, if they do an e-check, it's just $1.50 regardless of how much. So if they owe, you know, thousands of dollars, it's
It's a list of.
a lot of people. In fact,
It's got.
I don't think 60 or so percent of the people do it with an e-check rather than a credit card. It's the less it is.
Yeah, right.
And the credit card vendor still makes good money on that.
So,
I will say that we had, this last year, we had
Seriously.
about 3% higher.
Yeah,
paid
yeah,
today
reduced here.
last year. And so far, so that's the trend I'll see, I think will continue.
All right, I think Mark's got the ordinance ready.
Yeah, it's a mandatory ordinance 2022-6, so it replaces the prior ordinance on sheriff sale fees, which was 2019-01, and it raises the sheriff sales administrative fee to $300 for costs attributable to the administration of the sale. And so then it just being ordained by the Adams County Board of Commissioners, then we raise that fee to that amount, which is allowed by statute. And just need a motion to adopt this ordinance.
What is that fee amount, Mark?
$300 per sheriff,
For that?
per 200.
What, $100?
Mhm.
From 2 to 3.
Is there an ordinance? What's the number?
Ordinance 2022-6.
That's per location, right?
It's per sheriff sale, yeah. So,
Each house, okay.
Okay, so you guys all set to go, Mark?
Yep.
I'll make a motion to go ahead and approve ordinance number 2022-6.
All right. Okay, motion carries.
Is that paid to the sheriff or is it paid to Mark? What do they pay that to? Sheriff also to the mayor?
let's see.
Gets the money.
I don't see it all.
It's in the sheriff's sales, it's in the sheriff's sale fund. There's a fund that the sheriff has for sheriff's sales, and it's deposited into that fund to cover the cost of publishing notice and cost of conducting the sheriff's sale.
All right.
There it is on the back, so there's 2 of those there. Sign it off, I'll take one, and Mark will take one.
Yeah. What it boils down to. Consistent dollar figure. Always convert things back to percentages.
5 minutes ago. If you want to.
But no, no.
All right, so we're good with that.
No, that's right. I just said, after you figure that out.
Right. Just a couple other things I was looking at. Kind of related, the trash ordinance, any progress on that?
We get I think you and I need to get together on that.
Okay.
I'll make sure that
Should we get together with the health department, public planning to
Yep.
maybe schedule a meeting and see?
Yep.
And then, part of related to that, we got the letter from IDEM. Did you get that too? On the commissioner letter? And you guys missed that one on Country Acres that they're not in compliance with.
I don't remember getting one.
I didn't get one.
So it's from Jason House.
No, I haven't seen it yet. So
It's a. What's that?
You got to remind me of
Right, I do. Cause see, they filed and they call it a commissioner's letter. And it says their water system is not in compliance and hasn't been for years, and their sewer system is not in compliance. So that's why, we'll have to have Mark explain, what that means for us here. So.
Dave was supposed to have a meeting, wasn't on this Monday, or last Monday. I got it.
I'll give this one.
You got a message with all that cost.
I don't need
Yeah.
that.
Hey, holding name. We were just talking about, we got a letter from Ida on them doing the commissioners.
I went out last week with Ferguson to look at it, to assess it, to see what it would take. I either need to get with the state or find the file in my office of what that system that they have out there. he looked at it and just started scratching his head. He goes, I don't have a clue what it's gonna take, because the lift station, that thing is
Shot.
gone. They just have a pipe running and dumping into the one end. Only actual 2 of the compartments are working out of the, I think, 8 of them that are out there. The other ones have never worked. There's no motors on any of the stirrators. They're just dumping it in. I don't even know where it goes. It's gotta have an outlet to it, because they haven't had it pumped out in years.
Well, I know even when you and I looked at it, it was very incomplete.
Yeah, I mean, there's motors sitting in boxes in a plastic cabinet. There's, I mean, they have a sump pump, like a big grinder pump, a small like trash pump in their lift station that comes up out of a flex hose, then goes into a 2-inch conduit that then pumps back, and then it just dumps in over to the one grate into it. It's not good.
Even though this is under high control, I mean, we could still,
I don't know where it's, it's gotta be going somewhere.
with the sewage, I mean, it sounds like we need to start condemnation or something. I mean, because I don't know the process, I just don't know where
Actually, look at.
what we do as far as related.
I don't think it's what type was.
Anything out there, you'll get, once you start, they're gonna make you spend a lot.
As far as repair, you mean?
I don't think we want to get involved.
Yeah,
I was just, I mean, I know
but I mean, as far as getting up failed systems, and that's what I'm trying to determine, what do you do with that? So,
Well, it's gonna be interesting to see here what IDEM does. You know, they've initiated the action.
I mean, would I didn't do anything as far as condemnation?
I mean,
Think they
they
have
would
the
come to us and say, I mean, I would imagine, I mean, when we had that Zoom meeting or that Teams meeting with them, they don't even go out there anymore. I mean, what was it? Someone pulled a gun on one of their people out there, so they didn't even go out there.
Chase the compliance officer off the
Yeah.
property with a gun.
I say we turn it over to the health department, and let them worry about it.
Yeah, Jessica's upstairs, you want to take it?
I test the alcohol.
There is a 6-inch outlet, I mean, a riser in the back corner of that, back in that wooded area there, just getting that cap off to be able to, that's gotta be what that is. I mean, but I just,
Is that where it's going?
Step into the ditch, son. All you can find that out from my end where you're out.
What happens if that's non-compliant?
Well, if it's faded, they're putting failing water in the creek. That's your best bet for the county to, or the health department to start the process of,
it'd have to be capped off and nothing could leave the property
and then that steps would back up to IDEM.
But that testing of the outfall, that's our deal, that's not
That's
our.
no different what Terry did back in 16, 15, and there before the sewer district, he had tests of the creeks at Pleasant Mill, Arcadia Village, showing what the bacteria counts were.
That's what we did out at Lynn Grove and
Yeah.
Preble and all them.
But we haven't done that out there,
No.
right?
What I need to do is just get with IDEM and find out if they have the specs of that, IDEM or the state of Indiana, the health department,
The
Have-
specs of the system?
the specs of the system to see where the outlet is and everything else, because I mean, I know that one standpipe's over there, it's got a cap on it. We just have to get that cap off and see if that's, I mean, I would imagine that's what that is. That's where they take their testing. When it was in operation, they can go there, dip it, and check it for the E. coli levels. I mean, that's what every perimeter drain to a septic system has too. It's an inspection port.
So if that is tested and that fails,
Yeah.
what happens then?
Minutes.
Well, but I-
To condemn it, or they'd have to shut that whole thing off and
Well, but
send it home out there.
if it's going into a county ditch,
Then that's us capping it off,
right,
or requiring it to be capped off, and then that tank would have to be pumped out every time it's full. But that's only good for 1 year. And I,
because when we had that conversation with IDEM, they were talking about going through the courts and then you're spending 6, 8, 10 months in the court.
well, I mean, if you could cap that thing off and make them pump it out every time, I mean, you think about how many gallons of water and everything's in that. That the problem would be is if IDEM monitors it, or if we would have to monitor that they're actually running it. Because when we were out there, they have that pump in that one lift station there. It's all on a breaker. It's not even on a fan. So they just go back there and turn it on to pump it down. They don't even, nothing.
And then it just pumps out the,
It pumps out and back into that tank back. Dumps right.
oh, the lift station pumps into the tank and then.
That's just one of them trash pumps with a press hose coming out, hooking into a pipe. The whole side of it's collapsed. I mean, it's gone.
Would you be willing to go out and test the outfall once we find out where it's at?
Yeah, I mean, we can, as long as I can get that cap off. If not, I'll have to cut that pipe off. I don't know how deep it is. I would imagine it's not that deep.
I find it where it's dumped in the ditch.
Yeah, but back there, that's all swamp. Where would it go? I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I just have to get the paperwork from Justin would know.
Justin.
Schaefer.
Outfall is.
He used to be the operator out there.
Well, I'd say if we find out where it empties into the ditch, either from Justin or from IDEM.
Yeah.
And
It wouldn't take much to get us.
test that for compliance, then maybe you would have to get that cap off.
Yeah. And that cap probably will come off. I don't think it's glued. It's just probably been on there long enough that. So.
To that point, then we have to make the decision if they're not.
Well, then I turn it over to IDEM and get their recommendation on what we should do. I mean, I know what their recommendation is gonna be, is that needs to be capped off, and then they'll go start their court system. But, I mean, that court system doesn't take too awful long. I mean, sometimes it can, but in a circumstance like this, it could go quicker. I mean, the Emil deal out there, that one went 6 months for open burn.
But I guess what I'm wondering, if it's going into a county ditch, it's a county problem.
Yeah.
And we would have jurisdiction at that point to stop it,
Require.
even without going back to IDEM. You know, because at that point, it wouldn't be a court issue, it would be a non-compliance issue with county.
Yeah.
County ditch.
I'm sure maybe what we need to do is set up another Teams meeting with IDEM sometime. I mean, that was, I guess, pretty informative on our end to tell them what we're dealing with out there, because they don't want to go out there. So if we can,
How long would that take to find the outfall and test it?
I can find it out.
You can
This
call
week.
Rex.
Rex Counterman, he could probably get it all to me. I've got his number.
I mean, to where we would know by next week if they're compliant or not,
And it could,
or sooner.
I mean, if I know where it's at, I can go get the sample and run it up to Fort Wayne and have it tested and have it back in a couple days.
I feel the sooner the better.
Yeah.
Did, I don't remember, was Luke Ainsworth in on that
Not
call?
really.
I don't think he was.
No, it's just been more or less, I've just been kind of dealing with it with Brett, or with Stan a little bit here.
Well, I'll send him a copy of this report. He needs to see it.
I should probably, my computer's not working, otherwise I'll email it to you right off the bat.
I can scan it and send it to him today.
So,
You could get a permit.
Mark, make us copies. Steve and I don't have a copy.
I bet that permit number is in this letter. Yeah.
So that's the heartbeat to that system, is that permit. Everything based off of that. You follow IDEM, they need the permit.
I've got
There's
it.
actually probably 2 permits. There's a drinking water permit, wastewater.
For outfall, your outfall permit is what PDS permit.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So if you can find the outfall and test it and get results back, and so we've got those in our hands. And then, whatever contact you have to make with item, but on the other hand, if it's going into a county ditch, at that point, it almost seems like we're the ones that take action on that. So. Yeah. Well, we will see what you find out. And then, as far as that trash ordinance, we can set up a meeting.
Yeah.
I'll call Brett maybe, get a hold of Brett.
Let's get something set up.
If you want to let me know who all you think would be back, or just tell Brett to contact whoever you think would need to be involved.
Okay, yeah.
So. All right. Anything else for Mark? Okay. Do you have anything else for us, Mark?
No, I don't think so. I'll get you copies of this order.
Okay. Mark? The other Mark. Okay.
Alone in my office till noon, so.
What?
So I'm alone in my office till noon. Had somebody up there trying to get a permit, so.
Did that person get a permit?
What's that?
Did that person show up to get a permit?
Yes, I mean, someone showed up and got it.
For that project we were talking about? Yeah.
So, this is Bryant Family Farms. It's a simple rectangle that they divided in half. Furniture on 1100 South. Recommended number 650 west is the closest road to the
West of the North Road.
That's simple, very straightforward.
Pretty damn close to Jay County and Wells County both.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, miles. Less than a half mile.
You were able to.
Miles.
Motion. Second. All right, motion carries.
Can I see a copy of that item letter, see what it looked like, to see what you said?
Yeah, I gave, the only copy I had, I gave to Mark, so let's see what that thing. Oh, that is.
Yeah, I put you, because I came here in 71, it was a rat hole in 71, it was really bad out there, they had. Yes, remember Paradise, is there Paradise Lane out there, something like that? You can't get further away from Paradise Lane, I was like, oh, they had, they still go out there and pick up trash and whatever, get better. I've done some out there, when they dredged out one pond years ago, found all kinds of tires and oil drums, and they went out there. Everybody's walking, they know you wouldn't free to me, you don't know that for sure. Yeah. But hey, what guy pulled a gun on somebody out there? Yeah, is that right? I don't know, let's put that paper, I'll put the paper out. That's what we have, really? Wow. I remember he was following something. Is that right? That's nutty. That's not too smart, I tell you.
Say what happened to your sidekick this morning, afraid of storms? What? So your sidekick this morning, afraid of storms?
And he's on vacation. He got married about a month. He's down in Caribbean with his wife. He gets back this weekend. So he'll be coming to you guys next week. We'll be a clean off as of next week. I'll be doing the county council. We'll be the commissioners for the first time. Yeah, right, you covered that. Okay, he's done well. He's a smart kid. He went mad. He made dean's list and all that. He had grades and all that. So he catch on. He only give him a list of all the names. He knows where everybody is, the county and all that. So forth. You know, but he's been required to hear you guys operate. He understands things a little better now. He's gonna try and take over next week. That's our big day next week. We've got three meetings that one day that.
Things move pretty fast here, so.
Yeah, so I'll get that done and.
You have to everyone tonight?
No, I'm not gonna come downstairs. That's right. We covered that. We're gonna have that damn slaughterhouse crap. Yeah, that whole thing is a bunch of, it's a good clean facility. I think they did a hell of a job talking about it.
Did you get a chance to take one of the tours?
I didn't take a tour, no, I heard the lawyer talk 2 or 3 months ago, the presentation there, I was really impressed.
We have, you talked to,
It's been a while, but I got this going. They get pissed at our order, and set them all to come down and sell an invoice. If all they really do, they make the rest of the sign it, they do an invoice, and get it out right. You want to do that, they pay 6 months and then pay quarter, and they want to pay annual, or they want to contractor, and pays everything else. Because I she won them. What did they look at it for? About 1/5. And then have a cap. So she lost by 1/5. So they're going to explain the number last week. So it's not in the other direction. Now, after 6 months in office, they have to be replaced. So yeah.
and that expedites storage.
Here's copies that are for Rex, for stands, or not Rex and Steve. Thank you. Thank you. Here's the original. That's the one Stan had. That's good. I looked through it, I don't see anything in here that says the county shall do this, or the county shall do that. I mean, this is IDEM ordering, the association and ordering, basically the property owners or anybody that utilizes that system and get it into compliance. So, make sure. Yeah, I'll scan it, send it to Luke and tell him, I'm sure he's aware of this, because maybe something that the health department has to do.
Your number.
They didn't sound too promising.
There's just no organization out there to get anything done. They don't have an organization, they don't have any money.
Well, and you know, you want to put the
They're going somewhere. I got one.
Okay.
It's, you know, as bad a shape this thing is, whether they can get enough of this, one of, because one of the things here is to guess if they've been certified operator, who's gonna wanna do it?
Yeah, but they have to have the funds. They don't have the money.
Well, the thing too, was what happens if it just closes down? When I talked about using ARPA money to fix it up and then let them contribute back, and then Mark says, well, we did that once already. And they just quit.
It was like a $1,000 plus grant years ago. That put in what they have, and now we're right back.
I mean, hearing that, I'm not in favor of it.
Okay, so we got 3 bills from the various serious report. And they're on June 29th. They're supposed to respond in 30 days.
Wonder if that Angela Wilson is actually a landowner or if she's just doing it.
I think that's the one that her and her son were buying those properties in tax sale. They bought 2 or 3.
So she will
Bought 2 or 3 on the other.
Yeah, on the other guy.
Yeah, they bought like 6 tax sale properties.
Yeah.
Is this my copy?
Yep.
Is this my copy?
Yeah.
Well, they got enough codes that they're in violation of, for crying out loud. Junior.
So what happens then? Does it just get closed down and have to be evicted out of there? Or?
Well, if they're, well, there's two issues, there's the water system and the sewer system.
Right.
I mean, if their water system is non-compliant, and I don't know whether I don't know what they do with that, but if the sewer system is non-compliant, and that was originally permitted under item, so that falls under their responsibility, but yet, if they're from a non-compliant septic into a county ditch, then for my thinking, that's county.
About 25 people, this is what we clearly.
And not allow them to stop the property. Yeah. 30 days to respond, then we've got 60 days to ensure that the site is in the responsible charge of a duly certified operator.
You gave me a story.
Well, I'll make sure you got something.
So I'm gonna and see what I hear from IDEM, from Jason House. Plus we'll wait to hear what he said as far as the test.
Oh, I'm sure.
$1,050 and that's done permit you.
Sounds like it.
They need to be a civil fund with $7,613.
There are 10,000 in the hole.
We should be remitted to the item within 30 days of the effective. Could be,
You never know. $10,000.
So then what?
Okay. Well, anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Anything from the general public? Okay.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, meeting adjourned.